This was a session showing everything we've gotten up to that point. Up to this point in the video, it's all pretty much the same as what it has been before. There were slight adjustments, but not much other than that, so there's no reason to go over it.
Resemble the arsehole of an elephant. A face fly, that won't launch it down.
So to start off with, we changed the monologue and most of its choreography to fit the meaning of the words rather than what he was saying and what we interpreted it as being. This beginning bit we learnt was Helena of Troy, and we originally tried to incorporate that into it, but then we realised that if we wanted to stick to the story, we had to ignore it and just go with what the story was. For that bit, Bella and Joel did a lot bigger reaction to it than I did. So I think to match them, I'm definitely going to need to up it a bit more just because it looks like I'm not trying as much, or I'm not going out there as much as they are.
So you know what? Let him have his scars. He's meddled and he's flaunts to all.
With that bit, Joel has taken out his arms. That is partially to do with the changing of the monologue and that we're still kind of scared of Mike at that point. But it also works because then it means that me and Bella don't seem as small as we did before because he is smaller to match us.
To put shit up anything and not take fancy to it.
That little bit there still needs definition because we're still just going quite quick through it rather than having those moments of stillness and moments of definition.
For about a bundle round the back. But don't go down with me, idiot! Yes!
So that bit we changed it to Bruce shouting, "You hear, you scum," because he was meant to be saying it originally, but we thought that because it was them shouting at another gang, it would make sense for us to say it as well. But because of the change in meaning that we found out, we decided that it would be better if Bruce said it again and shouted it at us rather than towards the audience.
Impressionable as the tides that lick and gather up all the muck and floating rubbers that have been left there from the hectic night before. You feed upon the blood that others shed and wipe the arses and feet.
So that little bit of me and Bella going backwards, I think we need to change that. Either move everything further back slightly so we have further to go back, because the audience was very close to where we got to. And we weren't able to move back very much, so it looked kind of awkward just trying to shuffle back quickly but also not shuffle back very far. So to fix that, we'll either have to get rid of it or try and sort out the staging so it makes it a bit easier to convey.
Some slimy punk as big as your steam is small. When seen normalised and not those bent with envy.
So for that bit, we're all meant to be stood up and do what I was doing, which was like flop down for each bent. So one for bent and one with envy. But I think we all either forgot or we all just was caught out of it and wasn't able to get there in time. But we definitely need to fix that to make sure that we're all in time and we all make sure we do it.
Wait down, my fear, would seem a normal sort of bloke. A fraction harder than most, but not a raving Goliath fucking mixed with Hitler and throwing in a Cyclops as well.
For that little bit, Bruce messed up because he was meant to say Cyclops first, then Hitler, then Goliath. But we made sure we were still in the same position, and the other two portrayed their characters well, so the Hitler is very effective, and so is the Goliath. But me as a Cyclops, there isn't much I can do, but even then I still need to make it as big as I can to match the other two and to match their level, so it doesn't make me seem as bad.
So pack up all this matter and tell me the utter wholesome game. You fancy not me lovely as Michael. We're only uttering the light.
For that little bit, I added a little bit of pause between we're only and uttering. But I think I definitely need to get rid of that because that affects the pace quite a lot and it shows that we're about to do something. Whereas if I go straight for it, I have to trust that everyone else is ready to do it. So we need to smooth that out a bit more and just make it a lot smoother and keep the pace up during it, because even though we are about to do a move to the words with the staccato style, we need to make sure we get rid of any pauses before them, because then it takes away from the overall effect we're trying to go for.
What we saw, destruction of the King of Oxford's army pack, you know, that gruesome mob. There are men like as tough as old-nail boots, from days and nights of eating porridge and doing bird within the flinty walls of Pentonville and Brixton.
I think that little bit, while the definition was quite good, we still need to smooth it out a bit, because when Joel fell down, he didn't stay down, he kind of moved about a bit, and Bella didn't stay in that one position, she went back to standing normally. So to keep the definition there and to make it as good as it possibly can be, we just need to smooth out those little bits of movement.
Scholars of notorious hatchetmen of Broadmoor served their apprenticeships at double time.
So that little bit, even though we didn't go on the words we were meant to, we were still in time, which I think works very well. So I think if neither of us are able to start it at the very beginning as we should do, we might need to go over that a little bit and fix it so that we do still stay in time. So if one person starts doing it before the other, then that could knock us out of time. So to be able to keep us in time, then we need to choose an official starting point that we're both feasibly able to do.
Parkhurst, Isle of Wight, neath the twins, who taught very subtle ways of carving knives.
That little bit with the definition and staccato, it works really well until the spin, in which all three of us don't spin as fast as we need to. We need to just do a really quick spin round to face Bruce immediately, to keep that definition there and not take away from the bits that we had before.
They brought apart since snot-nosed kids never knew the soft of life. Electric blankets when you're snug at night from pulling scrubbers.
I think for that little bit I definitely need a facial mask. I think Joel is halfway there with his face. He's able to get some of the feelings and emotions in and make it more eccentric, but he doesn't keep them. But I definitely need to work on getting them in the first place and keeping them at the same time, because it'll just be so much more effective with facial masks, and it'll show the audience what we want them to see and stay true to the Berkoff style.
From the Locarno, Streetford or the line, that cold walk back to home is gone. A glass of tyres there in the fridge, and Mum's left cold chicken for you to nosh.
I think overall that section is quite good, but we definitely need to smooth it out a lot more and make it more defined and stay true to the Berkoff style, to add the definition and add the facial masks and everything that goes along with it.